What is up, good people of the GrayScale? It is 8 p.m. on a Monday, which means that it's time for 10 Minutes with Tim, where I give you 10 minutes worth of my 2 cents. Let me pull up and make sure everything's kosher here as far as sound quality and things of that nature go. Haven't done an episode from my house in a while, so I want to make sure everything looks right. And the computer is being super slow. Gathering goes so much too late. Tonight, though, I want to talk about this whole phenomenon of wasting your vote that everybody seems to be on lately. Come on, computer. What is going on here? I didn't bring my phone with me because I left it on the charger. But hopefully we're going to get this moving a little bit. So anyway, I keep seeing people talking about this wasted vote phenomenon. And it really baffles me. I really don't understand the idea behind telling someone if they don't vote for one of the two big parties, the Republicans or the Democrats, that they're wasting their vote. And I'm going to give you some reasons why. As soon as I see what's going on here. Hopefully we don't I don't have the sound going. That's good. Let's see. Sorry, this doesn't normally take this long to test things. But today it's being ridiculous. See? Okay, we have sound. So I'm just going to close that out. And we're going to talk about why voting for a not Republican or Democrat candidate is not wasting your vote. The simplest reason, I believe, is that the whole purpose, the whole system of voting is designed such that each person individually is supposed to vote for the candidate that they agree with the most. Now, if the candidate that you agree with the most is neither Republican nor Democrat, you have to vote for someone else. It's not a wasted vote. It's actually the only possible vote for you to make if that's how you're supposed to vote. The way that we're supposed to vote in this country is for the candidate that we most align with, not the candidate that we align with a little bit and has a better chance of winning. That's not how it works. We're supposed to vote for the candidate that we most align with. And if that candidate happens to be not red or blue, then so be it. You have to cast your vote for the candidate that you agree with the most. And in my particular case, personally, that candidate is Joe Jorgensen of the Libertarian Party. I feel like I have something on my shoulder. And so that's who I voted for. So this is the crux of it all. The what's going on here? We're having some interesting stuff going. Okay, it's back. That was weird. Okay. Let me go back to Facebook chat. So hopefully I don't miss anybody popping through. So what's really interesting to me is that because I voted for a libertarian candidate, Republicans tell me that I wasted my vote and might as well have voted for Biden. No, I wasn't going to vote for either of them of the other two anyway. I'm not going to vote for the sake of voting. Essentially, if I have to pick one of the two people that I don't agree with, I'm just voting for the sake of voting. I'm not voting for the candidate that I agree with the most. Then on the other side of that token is if a Democratic Party member approaches me and says, "Oh, you might as well have just voted for Trump." Well, that doesn't make any sense either. So essentially what you're saying, if you approach me and we start talking about voting, and I say that I voted for Joe Jorgensen in this particular race, I voted for a libertarian candidate. And you say, "Oh, why'd you waste your vote? That's basically a vote for Joe Biden." You're assuming that if I didn't vote for Joe Jorgensen, I would have voted for Donald Trump. You're assuming that I would do that, but there's no basis for that assumption. You're only saying that because you want me to vote for Donald Trump. And the same is true on the other side of the coin. If a Democratic Party person pops in and says, "Oh, you wasted your vote. You might as well have voted for Donald Trump," you're assuming that I otherwise would have voted for Joe Biden. But you, again, have no basis for that assumption. You're just assuming. So where do you get that from? Where do you get that I would have voted for your candidate if I didn't vote for mine? Where does that even come from? Why would you assume that? I don't understand. I just don't understand where that assumption comes from. I don't get it. I just don't get what people are thinking when they tell someone they're wasting their vote. You're basically you're saying, "Oh, no, you can't vote for..." This is the other thing. "Oh, you can't vote for them. They're not going to win." Are we just voting to make ourselves feel good so that after the election we can be like, "Well, I voted for Donald Trump and he won. So I feel good. I feel good about my vote. I cast my vote for the winner." Is that what you're trying to do? Are you trying to just vote for the winner? Because that doesn't make any sense either. This isn't a popularity contest it's not homecoming court. This is America voicing their opinion on things that matter. And if my opinion on the things that matter lines up with the Libertarian Party, then that's the place I place my vote. That's where I place my vote. I don't understand this vote for the winner mentality. It really baffles me. It's not... You don't win anything, by the way. You don't get a prize if you vote for Donald Trump and he wins. You don't get a free week's vacation if you vote for Joe Biden and he wins. You might think that based on what he tells you on his campaign trail, but you don't. You don't get just a free week's vacation at the resort of your choice in the Bahamas because Joe Biden wins the election. If you voted for him, only vote people that voted for him. If you can prove that you voted for him, then you get something cool. There's no prize for voting for the winner. So what does it matter if you voted for the winner or not. People keep telling me that I wasted my vote, acting like I was going to vote for their candidate instead. When really, if I didn't vote for my candidate, I wouldn't vote for anyone, which is what I've done my entire life. I haven't voted for anyone because I didn't give a shit about any of them. Now I finally do care about something, and people try to tell me that it's a waste. The things I care about are a waste because I don't care what they care. I don't care about what they care about. I don't think about it the way they think about it. That's just bullshit, man. That's a terrible way to treat a person, to be completely honest and to be frank. If you're someone's friend, quote unquote, and you tell them that they're wasting their vote, you're essentially saying that because you don't care about the things the way I care about them, you don't matter. That's what you're saying. You're saying, yeah, they're trying to silence your voice. They're basically telling you that you don't agree with me, so your voice doesn't matter at all. You might as well just not even show up. But if you're going to show up, vote for my candidate. That makes the most sense to me. I think, for me personally, I think that you all are wasting your votes and that you should be voting for my candidate because I think that my candidate you all actually agree with the most, but you're too damn scared to actually vote for her. You're scared of what might happen. Oh, but the other guy's going to win. You're playing defense instead of offense, essentially. That's essentially what's going on. And you know, they say defense wins football games, and by gosh, the Miami Dolphins proved that yesterday. But defense doesn't necessarily win elections. All the people, Donnie, all the people that have told you that so far are Democrats. But what's funny about that, here's the thing. What's funny about that is that this is an interesting thing we'll have to talk about on the show on Friday. If we get to do the show on Friday. The people that tell me that are mostly Republican. And I don't want to attribute it to race, but I think that's what it is. I really think that the people that are telling you, and I'm talking to Ray right now, so you guys all know Ray, the people that are telling you that you're wasting your vote assume that your vote would have otherwise been cast for Joe Biden because you're black. That's the only reason they have to assume that you would otherwise vote for Joe Biden. And that's racism. I'm going to say it. That's racist. They're racist. They're assuming that because you're black, you're going to vote for Biden. It's got to be. Anyway, we can talk more about that on Friday because the people that are listening to this can't see the conversation. But I truly believe that that's what it is, man. I don't know what else to say about that part. But point being, if your friends are telling you that you're wasting your vote, tell them to kick rocks, dude. Get out of here. Tell them if that's how you feel about my voice, then I don't need to hear your voice. GrayScale's going black.